The main change in the mid-1990s was the fact that the reports officers, people who received the raw intelligence and then put it into a reporting form to go out into Whitehall, having had an independent line management chain, then were moved to have the same management chain as our operational officers, under. The reality is that, if you like, culturally, within SIS, the reporting role had always, if you like, had a second-class position, as against the agent recruitment and agent running role, where you had an organization that culturally set such great store by its ability to recruit high-level human sources, and traditionally had seen people going to the top of the service on the back of those sorts of agent running and agent recruiting operational achievements, to be put into a requirements team, a reporting team, where you were not actually running agents, recruiting agents, where you were doing what was perceived to be a much more bureaucratic role, culturally was felt to be not a good place to be for one's career or quite at the sort of front line of SIS work.
But that had always been the case, going back longer than the decade.
I think that had been the case, but the great thing is that when you had a separate line management structure in the service to support the requirements role, you there had somebody who could push back, who could act as a champion, and who could actually push the case for the reporting officer cadre and the importance of the role, and speak to it and actually make people realize that it was critical, essential, to the function of SIS, in a way that, once you remove that champion, you remove that separate line management chain, was then lost. Over time, having lost the champion, having lost the separate line management role, if you like, the weight of the culture, I think, gradually bore down on both the quality of people we tended to put into the role, and also the numbers. By which I mean that if you have your agent recruiting team here, and you have your reporting team over here, and you are stretched and you have got some vacancies on your agent running team, there was a huge temptation to fill them by taking somebody out of your reporting team, and there was no counterbalancing mechanism to stop it happening. I'm not saying it happened often, but it would happen, and what certainly was the case is that over time the actual profile and quality of people who went into the reporting teams went down once they lost the champion role and separate line management chain. It was very much to counter that the re-establishment of what we then called the was made following the Iraq events.